Hey, I want to show you a real quick trick with some spare ribs. It's not really a trick. This is how it will save you some money by breaking down the whole spare ribs into St. Louis cut yourself. Don't pay that extra money for those St. Louis cut ribs at the butcher. Get you this whole spare ribs and do it at home. What I have here is this is a whole spare rib. You can see you got your ribs, and then you got your breastplate up here, or rib tips is what people call them. Now to get the St. Louis cut, what I do is I get them on my cutting board and try to get it to a straight edge. See how I've kind of run this right along that edge? And that's kind of my line that I want to keep the ribs straight with. And then I usually come about the third or fourth rib and look for the longest bone in the rack. And we're not actually cutting through bone, we're just making a cut right through cartilage. And I start at one end of that long bone and then come straight down. And that gives me a straight cut. Notice I didn't go through any bone, it was just cartilage. And now I've got my width. I can come back and spin the board, keeping my line straight. I can see a straight line and come right down the rack. So you have a St. Louis cut slab of ribs. Now what I always do for competitions, at home you may want to save some of these tips or just cook the tips, but I usually square the racks up just to make them nice and neat for competition. And there you have it, St. Louis cut spare ribs. And don't throw these rib tips away. You see I got me a bag going here. Save these. You can smoke them right along these ribs. They're great to eat. You can just take them when they get done, split them up into pieces real easy with a cleaver or a heavier knife. And you got some fine eating. They might not be the prettiest ribs, but it's excellent meat. It's all rib meat, so don't throw it away. All else, smoke it and put it in some beans. But this is a St. Louis cut. I broke them down from a full-size set of spare ribs. Nothing to it. You can do this at home, save yourself some money instead of buying them already cut.